Hello, my viewers and subscribers. Welcome back to the channel. So we have some breaking news coming out of Montego Bay, Green Pan, St. James this morning, where the police has seized 7 guns. Um, Now they have seized 3 rifles and 4 pistols and an estimated 200 rounds of ammunition. And this is wonderful news. This is wonderful news. It's always good when the police find these weapons and get them off the street. And working to get Jamaica back to a safe place. So this is always a very good one. We commend the police for their hard work. So we see that it's from a gang called the Notorious Only the Family OTF gang. These guys bringing in guns in the country to kill them rivals and kill innocent people. The police, the police get some intelligence and interrupt them operations and seize these weapons. So we have to give the police the commendation they deserve. But we see this place, Montego Bay, is a place that is awash with guns. Everywhere you turn down there, there's guns. There's guns hidden all about the place. You know, and they have them links, so them are getting them weapons from overseas. It's an open secret. Them I get them guns through the wharf, and then I get them guns through other means and methods. So it is a place that is rife with criminality. And we have to give the police them their props and the commendation when they make a big fine like this. So they said the operation is still ongoing. So maybe by the end of the day we'll get an update. Maybe they'll find more weapons. And maybe they'll arrest more people. They said they arrest 3 suspected members of the gang. So hopefully by the end of the day they'll find some more weapons and arrest some more of these criminal lowlifes and destroying Jamaica. So it's a good day. It's a good day for Jamaica. It's a good day for Jamaica. We have to commend the police again. I keep saying that, but you know, some people bash them, make them look like the enemy, but I am very pro police. So once I'm doing them job, I don't have a problem with them. But now the corrupt one them and the one them I give problem and I collude with criminal. But the one them I do them job, we commend them. And we thank them very much for the service. Yes, that is what is going on in Montego Bay this morning. Police made a massive seizure of these weapons. And it's a good day. It's a good day. Yes, man, it's a good day, man. Yeah, man. But I'm not sure if Montego Bay is still under a state of emergency. But I'm not sure if it's from an operation stemming from that. I'm really not sure, but whatever it is, it's very good. But my whole analysis, of the whole Montego Bay and some other parishes in Jamaica, they have to be under constant state of emergency. These places are overrun with criminality, overrun with crime. And I'm in support of the state of emergency, but I think it has to be really more intense. I think it is kind of just a band-aid, and I support it, but I think it's just a band-aid. I think it really have to be more intense. Going into communities, locking down communities, doing house-to-house searches. Um, we can't have state of emergency and people going around and doing killings. Same way, it's not, that don't make sense. So I think the government really need to deploy more police, more soldier, block off every every major thoroughfare so that it make it difficult for the criminals to move around. Because if them stationary like that, the criminal them are not idiot, them study them and them know if you get around the system. So them have to have, I know the resources of the JCF and the JDF is limited, but you can't have just one checkpoint up the road and every other road in the parish open. Them can just easily use a back road and escape. It just don't make much sense. So you really have to be more intense, more checkpoints, more stop and search, more intense search of vehicles, more you know search of people who are suspicious, detention of people who are suspicious. I mean, not for long, maybe if there's reasonable doubt or reasonable suspicion to detain a person. I think the law provides that they can do it for maybe a few days. So I don't know there's a lot of people who are criminals and it's an open secret. They just don't really have the evidence. So police just have to do what they have to do, man. Be more intensive, more checkpoints, more house to house search and all of that. It should really be what a state of emergency should be and not just a little band-aid and just some fancy statement in the media that such and such is under a state of emergency. You really have to be more intensive than that. Yeah, man, it really have to be more intensive than that. And I personally support a island-wide state of emergency for at least 2 years because the way the crime is in Jamaica now, the level of criminality and the level of lawlessness, I really think we need a mindset reset and a culture reset. And the only way we can do that is like a island-wide state of emergency for at least 2 years. Just reset the mind of the people, change them thought process. You know, basically just re-educate them, teach them that wrong is wrong and right is right. Because a lot of these communities in Jamaica, and especially the ghetto, the inner city communities, if you are doing the right thing, they're looking at you like there's something wrong with you. If you're going to school and working a 9 to 5, they look at you like something wrong with you, and you not belong there. So I really need to change the mindset of the people, especially in the inner city. Change your mind away from criminality. I'm not saying everybody in the inner city is bad, I'm not saying everybody in the ghetto or the inner city is bad, but the prevailing narrative and the prevailing thought of the people is that a lot of them they just idolize criminality, idolize lawlessness, and they don't believe in following rules. So the government really have to put them foot down and get serious and implement some serious laws. As I say, I'm in support of at least a 2 year state of emergency, island wide, intense, very intense, checkpoints everywhere, detentions of gang members, etc. Re-education of the people. Yeah, I am in full support of that. I'm actually in full support of implementing a similar remedy like what they have in El Salvador, where the new president over there, build new prisons and detain thousands of suspected gang members, and the crime rate has fallen tremendously. I really think we should replicate that in Jamaica. I really think Jamaica needs something like that for really get on top of this crime situation. denounce and for the people to start denouncing criminality and start believing that right is right and wrong is wrong again. I'm in full support of implementing tough, strong measures. And as I said, I'm in support of implementing at least a 2 year island wide state of emergency. So those are my thoughts today, people. Wishing everybody a good day, prosperous day, and see you in the next video.